Hey, this is Casting for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by...
Here I am. I'm Urrke from Midlife Crisis, Swedish punk rock band.
It's a great idea to release an album of the EPs that you've released all in one album called 45 Turns 33, being out in February as a whole album. How pleasing is that for you?
Yeah, actually the album's title was coined by Dragon. He's a bit of a genius coming up with stuff like that.
The Sick of You has been released as a single already.
Yeah.
That could be a theme tune for many people in today's crazy world. Who are you sick of today that's famous?
Oh my God. I'm sick of all the politicians.
100%. Okay. I love every track on the album. I have whole EPs as well. Are there hopes to actually get out on a little tour with this, do you think, when it gets released?
Well, it's nothing that is possible to do right now because Dragon's hand, I don't know if you know about that, but Dragon's, I think it's his left hand, which is really bad injured.
Right.
He got stuck in a van door. Somebody slammed a door of a van when his hand was like, in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And it really got really bad. So he isn't even he can't even play with the Hellacopters.
Shocking.
So when the Hellacopters is the latest shows and tours they had a stand-in guitarist from Spain, good guy, but of course it's a bummer for Dragon.
Yeah, must be driving him mad, really must. But hopefully something will transpire later on in the year. Then next year when he's back to full recovery, let's hope so. Yeah.
That's what we all hope for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I'm sure he wants to get back with the Hellacopters as well. And actually, just a week before we released the Midlife Crisis compilation album, the Hellacopters is releasing a new studio album. So those two are released almost simultaneously. The Midlife Crisis album is being released by Sound Pollution and Wild Kingdom, which is also the same guys who used to run White Jazz Records. The guys who released the first Hellacopters records. And the new Hellacopters record is being released by Nuclear Blast, the big company in Germany. So it's not like it's not a cooperation thing, so to say. It's even like Robert, our drummer, he's also the drummer of the Hellacopters,
that's right,
as the most people know. And he told me that I'm not allowed to say this to people, really? But we're releasing a new Hellacopters album this and this date.
Right.
So it would be good if we didn't release the Midlife Crisis album the exact same date.
It really would.
Which it was. It was about to be like that, but when he told me that, and I told the guys at Wild Kingdom, they pushed our record release 1 week further on,
right?
So it wouldn't be like the same weekend.
So when you do have release day, is there plans to hopefully all meet up and have a release party?
Well, we'll see about it, because if we're going to have a release party, it's not going to be with a live appearance.
No.
Because of Dragons.
That's such a shame.
But yeah, I know. Maybe we're gonna be able to have some kind of other thing going. Maybe some kind of, I was thinking maybe a signing session in some shop in Stockholm.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, mate.
It's still 2 months to go, almost, at least 1.5.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so obviously, depending on Dragon's condition and everything, are there plans to ever, do you think, get back together and release new stuff?
The thing was actually that when we were approached by Wild Kingdom to do this compilation, my vision of it was like that we should go into the studio and record a couple, maybe 3 new songs that was never released before. And put those like bonus tracks on the compilation. But then this thing with Dragon's Hand happened and it wasn't possible to do it. So we just said, okay, let's do a compilation with what we have. And then hopefully when you recover, we can go into the studio. I had already booked a studio in Stockholm to record songs. Yeah, I mean, we were about to record a song by a legendary Swedish punk rock band called Liket Lever. Which translates in English to like the corpse is alive. and they used to have a famous singer called Freddie Wadling, and Freddie, after this band, had another band called Blue for Two, and the synthesizer player of Blue for Two was asked and said yes to play the synthesizer on this track.
Right.
So it was a lot of things that was set to go, but then I had to cancel everything. Yeah.
That's so annoying. Right. I'm going to ask you though, I'm a big fan of UK subs, right? And when Guns N' Roses did Down on the Farm, I mean, that was just not good. Will you guys hopefully one day do your version of that for us?
Well, it's not impossible. we did the same thing, but in Swedish.
In English would be better. Definitely.
It's called Samma sak in Swedish. But I was of course talking to Charlie and Paul Slack, who wrote the song initially, and they okayed my translation of the lyrics from English to Swedish. So, but hopefully we can come back and record new stuff. And if we do, it's not impossible we do more UK sub stuff, because that has been one of my favorite bands ever since I heard them, and actually the same thing that single She's Not There was the main track on the single. That was the first time I heard them, and then I bought the first album quite right after that. And when I met Charlie Harper the first time backstage at a UK subs show in Gothenburg, Sweden, we were sitting and having some beers and talking, and I told him about this, that when I heard the UK subs that first time, I really felt that this is the best thing since the Sex Pistols.
Absolutely.
And he was looking at me and, you know, really sucking it in, and I'm like, thank you, that's really flattering, but I really like the Clash more.
Okay, yeah. All right. So
I love honest people.
yeah, I love like all like. Is there a favourite song of yours by the Clash then?
I really love the Clash, at least up until Sandinista.
Right.
I don't have very many favorite songs from the Sandinista triple album, but the debut album is totally great, and I think White Riot, I would say.
Brilliant.
I think that's one of my my favorite lines is from that lyrics of White Riot. All the power's in the hands of the people rich enough to buy it. I love that.
I hear Dragan is a bit of a TV star in your homeland. Is that something you fancy doing then, getting out there on TV?
That it depends on if I get in the office, which I haven't been offered for many, many years. When I was still playing with Maryslim, which was like 20 years ago or something, I was asked to do some stupid TV show, but I declined. Because it was a reality show, and I didn't find it especially nice. Megan did was another thing, because it was about music.
Right. Yeah, it makes a lot of difference, doesn't it? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go on to my 666 now, Sebs 66. So can you tell us which are your favourite 6 albums of all time?
Yeah! We talked about that in the mails, right?
Yeah, but yeah, you cheated.
Let's see if I remember which I said to you, because I said, wow, 6 albums, that's really tough, because I can always say the 2.
Yeah.
You have 2 ones that means the most for me, and that's the Sex Pistols, Nevermind the Bollocks, and Kiss Destroyer.
Yeah, both.
And Kiss Destroyer came out 1976, and that was my introduction to rock and roll. And just a year later, Nevermind the Bollocks came out, and that turned everything upside down.
Absolutely.
And I spoke to Glenn Matlock about this when I met him, and told him the story that, and I was a little bit embarrassed, because I thought, if I tell Glenn Matlock that I like Kiss, he might think that I'm a bit ridiculous. You know, yeah. Kiss is very special. We were a very special band. But he was so understanding, and he was like, yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that, man. You wanted the worst possible, and Kiss really were that. But then we came along. And number 3, I think I mentioned Status Quo.
You did? I was surprised by that.
Yeah, the album Quo. That meant really a lot for me. I got that album from my father's best friend.
Right.
He had bought it on some sale somewhere, and he didn't like it. So I got it from him, and I loved it.
Right.
The 2 opening tracks on that album, Backwater, and Just Take Me. That's the they're just killer songs.
Absolutely.
Knocks me out every time. And the rest of the album is great as well.
Yeah.
I love old Status Quo.
Same. Yeah, I sort of grew up with old Status Quo as well. Yeah, I can agree more. Okay, so number 4.
Number 4, I think it was New York Dolls. Too Much and Too Soon.
Okay.
And I heard the New York Dolls also 1976 at a friend's house. I had seen pictures of them in pop magazines, and actually I thought they were birds. I thought it was girls. But when I heard the record at my friend's place, of course, I understood this is guys. This is men in women's clothing. Wow. And so great. I guess some people think that the debut album is the best one. Mm-hmm. I think the great albums, the both of them, debut and Too Much Too Soon, great albums, both of them. But because I heard the second one first, it's my favorite.
Of course, yeah.
Got the Box, Stranded in the Jungle.
Brilliant tracks. Okay. Yeah. Number 5.
Number 5. Was that maybe UK Sebs? Another Kind of Blues? I think
it was. I think it was. Yes. Yeah, that's a cracking.
And you know, I already told the story about that one.
Yeah.
I could say the Vibrators debut album, Pure Mania.
Okay.
Which is an underrated band because
absolutely, yeah.
The first two albums was killer,
mm-hmm.
But then they disappeared a little bit. But the Vibrators, Pure Mania, I'd say.
To enter a boxing ring, which song would you play from 45 to 33 to get you pumped up?
Well, I think that would be our first digital single, which is called Sick of You, because that is so full of, I don't know, energy and a bit of hate and anger.
Totally. Right.
So that should fit, I guess.
Definitely, mate. All right, so now it's random thing. Right? So, do you prefer vinyl or digital?
Vinyl, of course. I'm brought up with vinyl, and I still buy vinyl, and I hardly listen to digital music at all.
It's not the same, really isn't. Okay, if you were in a coma, what song would wake you up?
The first one that comes to my mind, and I don't really know why, is Pink Floyd's I Wish You Were Here.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Yeah.
No. I mean, that brings emotions. John Rotten used to wear a T-shirt where he wrote, I hate above Pink Floyd. I hate Pink Floyd. But he didn't. He just wanted to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
He's great friends with Roger Waters today.
If you made a song about yourself, your personality, what would it be called?
Confusion. Or maybe I would do a cover of Jimi Hendrix Experience's Manic Depression.
Okay. Next one. Do you prefer? Next one. And do you prefer meatballs or beer?
God, I'm a vegetarian, so I would go for the beer.
Okay. You'll see where I'm going with the next one. Glue or cocaine?
Oh. Oh, what a crazy question. I never did glue. I did cocaine, so there you go.
Do you prefer punk or funk?
Punk or funk?
Yeah.
I prefer punk, but I like funkadelic.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so I want to go back to the album. Are there plans to release any more singles before February?
Yeah, absolutely. If Dragon's Hand gets better, which we all hope for,
Right.
we will definitely record more stuff.
Right. Okay.
Which we hope for.
Okay. Right. No, but I meant singles from the album, like, you know what I mean? Any more singles before release?
My favorite musicians of all time, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Second, this is tough. Steve Jones.
Yeah, okay.
Sex Pistols guitarist.
Absolutely.
Geezer Butler, the bassist of Black Sabbath.
Totally.
4. Now I'm just saying which ones comes up to my mind first.
That's what I would do.
Steve Priest.
Okay.
Steve Priest, the bass player of Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I must say Lemmy.
Yeah. Well, you're wearing
Lemmy
the shirt.
was a great bass player, and he was a great human being. I loved Lemmy, both musically and personally. And number 6, let's go for Ace Frehley.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
The guitarist of Kiss.
That's a good choice.
I feel I should say somebody in Kiss.
Definitely.
Because they meant so much to me in my life, and I think Ace meant the most for me.
It's on in the TV on the background as well. I can see it.
Oh, the Kiss pinball game machine is going now.
I put it on TV. Oh, cool. That's so cool. I wanted to take my eyesight. Good. That's awesome. All right, man.
I always wanted a Kiss pinball game machine when I was a kid.
Right.
And when I started to earn money myself, I bought one as soon as I got my hands of one.
Awesome. That's amazing. All right. So talking to Lemmy then, is there any shenanigans you got up to with Lemmy over the years?
No, I don't think I have any special things to say. But what I want to say is that my first big arena concert I saw was Motorhead in Stockholm back in 1982.
Right, okay.
Before that, I had only been seeing bands at smaller clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And when Motorhead came to Stockholm, me and some friends went there. And all my friends that I went there with, they were metalheads.
Right.
I was the only punk rocker. And some guys at the venue wanted to, started to mess with me. And my friends told them, "Don't touch a punk rock friend."
That's brilliant. All right, mate. Well, we're nearly running out.
I remember they said that, he looks just like Motorhead's drummer.
Filthy Phil.
Yeah. So why do you want to mess with him?
Was that the Iron Fist tour, 1982?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because I went to the one in the UK and I was deaf for about a week after.
They just left them, and they had Brian Robertson on guitar.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, fantastic.
Great. Yeah, it was really great.
Great times. Thank you so much. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers?
We'll see what happened with the Dragon. That is number one.
Yeah.
And we all wish him a good recovery.
Yeah.
Sooner than later. And apart from that, I just want to say to everybody that don't let anyone put you down. It's your life. You make the rules. Yeah. If somebody say different, fuck them.